Ontario is making booster shots available to more people as the Omicron variant, BA.5, continues to spread rapidly. The province's top doctor, Dr. Kieran Moore, made the announcement last hour.
While my call for arms remains the loudest for the most vulnerable in our communities, we've made the decision to expand the eligibility for second boosters to include Ontarians aged from 18 to 59 years of age. Beginning July 14th, individuals in this age group may choose to get a second booster if it has been 5 months since receiving the previous booster dose and at least 3 months after any COVID-19 infection.
CBC's Ithel Musa was listening to that news conference. She joins me live from Toronto. What else stood out for you from Dr. Moore's comments, Ithel?
Well, you know, Suhanna, of course, you just mentioned the really big news. It's something that health officials and doctors in Ontario have been pushing for weeks, to really expand the age eligibility when it comes to getting that second booster shot for adults this summer. And as we've just learned this morning, now adults aged 18 to 59 are eligible starting tomorrow to get that second booster shot. Now, to paint a picture of where things sort of stand right now, there are about 6 million Ontarians that have gotten one booster that are ineligible to get that second shot. And another fact that you want to know that's quite important is that according to the Ontario government, about 90% of boosters were administered about at least 5 months ago. And that's an important figure because studies say that boosters, their effectiveness starts to wane after 4 months, which is why health officials have been saying, let's get people that second booster, that extra layer of protection before people start to head back to work in the fall, before kids start to head back to school in the fall as well. Now, it's important to note that other provinces have offered this, like for example, Quebec, it's offered this second booster to adults since May. But Kieran Moore made an important point here. He said, listen, if you are a healthy adult and you've gotten 3 boosters and you don't have underlying health issues, you might want to wait until the fall to get that second booster. He really wants to target people that have underlying health issues that may need that extra protection. Right now, as it stands, he mentioned that we are in the midst of another COVID wave. It makes it Ontario's 7th wave during this pandemic and the 3rd one linked to Omicron and its subvariants, which are really just driving this surge that's happening in the province. Moore says we can expect to see the peak in about 2 weeks. It's hard to get a true picture of what's happening when it comes to COVID-19 on the ground. We're not getting day-to-day reports anymore from the province. Now, last week they mentioned on July 7th that they reported there were 700 people in hospital with COVID-19 and more than 100 people in the ICU. So it's still very much an issue in hospitals. Suhanna.
Let me ask you about rapid tests as well, Ithel. Will those remain free?
Yes, I'm happy to say they will. You know, the government had said, you know, in March, I mean, they admitted they play a really critical role in helping Ontarians monitor and essentially live with COVID-19, but they announced that they were going to cease administering them for free July 31st. Well, today Moore announced that they're extending that now to December 31st, so people can still go to pharmacies, hospitals, schools, wherever they go to get their free tests now. They'll still be available for free at least until the end of the year. So, Hannah?
We'll talk again. CBC's Ithel Musa in Toronto.